Okay, today we're going to talk about domain and range for the first time, so this will be your intro to that. We will talk about what those are and how we find domain and range of relations. And we will also discuss representing relations as a table, a mapping, and a graph. Okay, so how do I find the domain and range? What are they first? So first of all, a relation is simply a set of ordered pairs. So we're going to look at this purple set, and this is a relation, this set. And notice when we write these, they have these little weird set brackets on the end. That just means a set of numbers, and we usually put those on the end. So domain, when we're looking at these numbers here, your domain, it says, is your set of x values. And it also says that there are no repeats. So when we say what are the domain, what is the domain? It's the set of x values, but written without any repeating numbers. So here I have 3, 5, 8, another 3, and -1. Those are my x values. So I'm going to write those, but notice I repeat 3 here and here. These are the same number, so I'm only going to write it once. So we always write domain and range without repeats. Okay, so I'm going to write 3. Notice I did a set bracket there, comma 5, then 8. I'm not going to write 3 again because I already have it, and then -1. And then close my set with those weird squiggly brackets. Okay, so that's domain, your set of x values. Okay, now range is your set of y values. And once again, when you write these, you need to write them without any repeats in the y's. So our y's here, I'm going to make my set bracket. Okay, my y's is 7, -2, 1, 4, and then 7. And notice once again I have a repeat of 7. If I didn't have any repeats, I would just write them all. So here I have 7, -2, 1, 4, and I'm not going to write 7 again since I already have it. And that would be my range. There we go, domain and range. This is of discrete values or distinct points. Okay, so hopefully that makes some sense. That's domain and range. All right, what I'd like you to do now is open up your assignment. We're going to go over the first problem together. And here it should look like this, the first problem. There's 2 more under this, but I just have just the first one in there. So open it up, pause the video here, and we'll start on this problem right here. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in, and let's take a look at just the first one. Intro to domain and range, we're going to say, what is the domain and the range of these ordered pairs? So once again, I'm going to go, oops, we'll use domain, make my set bracket. All right, my domain is my x's, so it looks like I have -3, -2, 1, 3. Now 3 and -3 are not the same number, so they didn't repeat. But then I got a -3. So I've got -3, comma, -2, 1, 3, and now another -3. So I'm not going to write that one. So there we go. Okay, so that's your domain. Fill yours out on your assignment as well, just like that. All right, let's do range. Now range is your y values. So this would be 1, 0, 2, -4, and 5. And let's see, none of those repeat, so I'm going to write them all. Okay, so important to know, remember here when we do these, when you write domain and range, You should have no repeats. Okay. When you make a table of your values, there will be repeats. And you can have repeats here. Okay? Really, because all you're going to do is take these values and put them into this right here. So you're just going to, you should have every x should have a y. So this will be -3, 1 is our first point. Then -2, 0, 1, 2, 3, -4. And we are going to repeat with tables. You will have repeats. So -3, 5. That can happen. Okay. All right. Now let's look at our mapping diagram, which is next. Oops. Okay, so your mapping diagram, this one, no repeats again. And what does a mapping diagram really do here? Well, this one, we put our x values here and our y values here, but we put them without repeats. So essentially, I'm going to just copy my domain and range and put them into these two circles. So my domain, again, no repeats, so I can just look at my domain, which again, if I look over there, I've got -3, -2, 1, and 3. So I'm just taking these values and putting them right here, like that. Okay? And then you're going to put the y values, hopefully that makes sense. And then you're going to take the y values here and from this range and put them here so then you don't have any repeats. Okay? So let's do that. 1, 0, 2, -4, and 5. Okay, now you're going to look, you can just look here, I guess. And if wherever you see, you're just going to draw an arrow, every arrow from x to y that will represent an ordered pair. So -3 goes to 1. You are going to draw an arrow to represent -3, 1. There we go. Okay, then -2, 0. 1 goes to 2. 3, -4. And now here's where you've got -3 to 5. So at the top, I got to draw a line down to here. Okay? And there you've just made a mapping diagram. Okay, again, no repeats there. All right, and then lastly, you're going to graph. So you're going to take and graph those 5 ordered pairs that you see right here, and you're going to put them into your graph. Okay? So let's do that. Okay, -3, 1. Remember when we graph, you're going to start at the middle, okay, and then count whichever way you go. So x always is this axis, and this is your y-axis, okay? And we always move x first, and then y. So if it helps, you could put this as 6, this is -6, +6, -6. Okay, now it says -3, 1. So I'm going to go from the origin, -3, 1, 2, -3. I'm currently right here. I guess we'll just, I'm going to go -3, okay? And then I'm going to go 1 unit up. So that's 1 unit up. Now, I'm going to make a dot right there, and I don't want those lines there, so I'm going to get rid of that, but that's where my dot will go. So -3, 1. Okay. Now, the second point we need is -2, 0. Okay? -2, 0. So we're going to go -2 is right here. Now I go 0 on the y, so that means I don't go up or down at all. So I'm going to stay right there. So my next point be right there. All right. There's 2 of them. We got 3 more. 1, 2. Okay. So I'm going to do 1 on the x-axis, 1 unit on the x, and then 2 units on the y is up to, so I should have a dot right there. Okay. All right. Now, 2 more. Our last 2 is 3, -4. 3, -4, so 3 units this way. -4 is 4 units down right here. All right, now we're going to make a dot right there. Okay, and then our last point, it says -3, 5. Okay, -3, and then 5 units up. And I'll put a dot right there, okay? And there's my 5 dots. You've just done the first problem on your assignment. All right, so when you're doing these, you're just taking and plotting those points, these 5 points right here, okay? All right, now, what you should be able to do is do the other 2 problems on here, finish off the assignment in the same way we just did, and then you'll have that assignment all done. All right, that should be it. Hopefully that makes sense. Finish off Intro to Domain and Range worksheets. Have a good one. See you.